Usual, it is Thursday, and I'm just so happy to have you here. I've already had two really good consultations this morning, and it was just so full of love and just care. And if you guys don't know, I do offer $50 consultations where we talk about small business strategies and how to help you get grants. That's my thing. Okay. If you don't know me, I am Superior Shelby. I am a 71% successful grant writer, and I've been winning grants for 10 years. I've been able to travel the entire world with talking about grants, right? And also helping people win grants. In today's live stream, I want us to go over a new grant opportunity. This is a $10,000 grant for all small business owners and is presented and sponsored by American Express. Yes, American Express is giving out $10,000 grants to 400 small businesses. 400. So this is crazy. We're going to go over the grant together. And then also, I want to open up the floor for any questions about grants, and also, I want us to talk about, or I want to find a grant for you. Okay. So we're going to go over two grants. We're going to go over the $10,000 American Express grant, and then we're also going to go over another grant that I've already talked about once before. Okay. So join in. As you're joining in, make sure you like the live stream so that way the YouTube algorithm can push it out to all of the other small business owners and entrepreneurs. So let me do my grant spiel before we get into it. Okay. Because, we're usually talking about grants and stuff. Yesterday, we had a really good conversation about optimizing your time and prioritizing your small business. Most of you guys in the consultations, I hear you all say, I want to transition from my 9 to 5, but I don't have the time to be able to put into my idea, my passion. So, yesterday, we talked about 7 steps on how you can combat that and how you can actually start prioritizing your passion and just moving forward. Okay, so let's get into it. So, grants, free money that you don't have to pay back. There's no credit checks, so you don't have to worry about any credit inquiries that will drive down your credit score. Also, there's no personal information needed, so you don't have to provide any of your social security number, identification, none of that stuff. They simply want to know, what would you use this grant money for, right? And why should you be chosen? And how impactful can you be with winning this debt free money? Okay, so grants. I always get this same question, like, what do I need before I go for a grant opportunity, right? You need to have, I say this all the time through all of my social media platforms, you need to have a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 3-minute pitch video. Okay. So a business plan has all of the key factors that you need to really thoroughly explain what your business mission is, who is your target client, what is the problem they're having, and how you are solving it in an innovative way, who your competitors are, and what makes you so different from them, right? So, um, those are things that you need to have inside of your business plan that will truly help drive the reasons for why, or explain the reasons for why you should be awarded this debt-free money. Okay, debt-free. Debt-free means you don't have to pay it back. Totally different from a loan. When you get a loan or a line of credit, you do have to pay those funding instruments back with interest. But with grants, you don't have to pay it back. And in most cases, you actually don't have to worry about them asking for like an activity log or asking for receipts on what you spent the grant money on. A lot of the times, they just freely give you the money after they have found you to be a resourceful and responsible entrepreneur. Okay. All right. So, you know that grants is free money that you can get, no credit checks, no personal information needed. Now, you can get grants from another company like Nike, Amazon, Uber, DoorDash, even OpenAI, right? Sephora, Macy's, Apple, Google, right? These are all companies that actually give out grants. So you can actually win a grant from these places. You can also get a grant from your state and local government. So, for example, let's say you are from where I'm from, Miami, Florida, and you might be a Caribbean business owner based out of Miami, Florida. They might be giving out $10,000 just for you being a Black business owner in Miami-Dade County. So that's like an example of going for a state and locally funded grant. And a lot of the money from state and local grants comes from like the area taxes that you would pay, or from other sponsors and donators. Okay, so you can get a grant from your state and local government. Then you can also get a grant from other private sectors or private investors that want to help small business owners and startups. So you see that a lot with, let's say, the Black Ambition Prize, Generator, right? Generator is an investment corporation. Um, Hello Alice, Hello Skip, which are nonprofit organizations that help us have funding opportunities. They have so many different business development resources and tools. So you can get grants from those three places. Another company like Apple, Google, and Macy's, your state and local governments, and you can also get a grant from, another private entity or private sector. Okay. Now, now that you know, grant is free money. You don't have to pay it back. There's no paybacks. There's no credit checks. So no inquiries on your personal credit report. So you don't, and a lot of us are in a place right now where we're actually trying to build our personal credit or even trying to understand what business credit is. You actually don't want to drive down your business credit or your personal credit just simply by going for multiple funding opportunities. With grants, you don't have to worry about that. So one of my top reasons why I like grants. And then also, no personal information needed. So, have you ever applied to a loan or a credit card and they want to log into your debit account? They simply want to check what your income is. I feel like logging into my debit account is a little bit too much. And then they want your personal information like your social security number and your ID. So, you don't have to worry about that with grants either. Grants simply want to focus on what your business mission is and how you will be impactful with the money that you're requesting. Okay? Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Dennis. Hey, Puma Co. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining. Make sure you like the live stream as you're coming in. We're going to talk about the American Express $10,000 grant that they're giving out to over 400 businesses. So we're going to dive into that in just a minute. Just giving you some grant sauce. Now, having your business plan, a pitch deck, and a 3-minute pitch video will properly and professionally prepare you for these funding opportunities. They're going to ask you certain questions that you need to answer in the most professional, detailed way possible, and also add a sprinkle of compassion in it too, okay? So when you have a business plan, it will serve as your answer key for when you are answering these grant questions. If you are going for grants yourself, it's important that you have these three key components before you decide to go for any funding opportunity. So, your business plan has your mission statement, your executive summary, and all of the key indicating factors we need to know that you are a serious business owner, okay? Two, the pitch deck. So, a pitch deck is essentially, think of it like a PowerPoint presentation, right? So, this PowerPoint presentation you would literally use to pitch for funding. It needs to have the same key indicating factors that your business plan would have, but it also, in addition to that, has your funding requested amount and what you're going to use the money for. So, in your PowerPoint presentation, aka your pitch deck, you need to have what's called like a business roadmap. You can break it up into phases or quarters and explain how this funding or what this funding will go towards each quarter. All right. So, if we have 4 quarters, you're going for $100,000. You can say each quarter you plan to spend $25,000 in each quarter. And the 25K in phase one or quarter one would go towards marketing and or developing your product and service. Quarter two can go into your marketing strategy. Quarter three can go into your customer retention strategy, right? And also hiring more people, expanding your team. And then quarter four can go towards like your end of the year launch party, and you actually might want to do like a charitable like a charity event or something like that, where you can create more awareness about your product and service or your business, right? So as long as you explain that in the pitch deck and it's also your business plan, you're good to go. You're professionally and ready to go. Okay, cool. Now, the 3-minute pitch video. This one really gets to you guys. A 3-minute pitch video is that video content piece. It's 2025 and we are living in a digital world right now. Everybody's on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, social media in general. Even LinkedIn has turned into a new social media channel where we can promote our businesses and give insights about what we do. So, with us knowing that everything has transitioned into the digital age and everything's like a social media platform, it's important for you to have that video content piece that shows us exactly what your product and service does, what's the problem that it solves, and also what makes you so compassionate about this industry that you're getting into or that you're already into. And then also, you need to add in there what you would do if you were awarded the funding requested amount, all right? The funding that you are requesting, okay? All right, so business plan, business pitch deck, 3-minute pitch video. Three key components you need to have. I write business plans for you. If you need help getting it done, I charge $300 to do it for you. If you need me to help you with a pitch video, it's okay. I can give you a script that you can go off of. And also, to give you more sauce about that pitch video, it's important that you have background rolling footage, aka B-roll, so it can just give it like a more professional video feel. You can use CapCut, you can use all of these other digital video editing programs, even Canva, and you can add those like pieces in there. You can do a voiceover. You don't even have to use your voice because AI is so cool right now. You can use like 11 Labs to do your voiceover. Whatever you need to do to really drive like what exactly what you do, right? In this video, you need to explain it, okay? So also, I use story blocks for like when I'm editing my videos, and it might do like a cutaway of somebody like on their laptop, or someone who's shaking each other hand doing a business deal when I'm like doing my usual videos that you guys see. But you can use story blocks where you can get some of that content. Like I said, Canva, you can pay for Canva Pro. And then also, I use CapCut too to edit my videos. All right. So, yeah, there you go. Okay, so you need to have business plan, pitch deck, 3-minute pitch video. We talked about it. If you have those things already, why not go for a debt-free funding that you don't have to pay back, that you can simply use this money to start and scale your business? I've been getting the question lately, Shelby, is there grants or funding for startups? Is there funding for startups? What you mean is there funding for people who have not generated any money for their business idea, but simply want the money to be able to get started? Yes, there is. But you still have to explain how you're going to use the money. And I'm not just talking about buying supplies and equipment. I'm talking about get down deep into the idea. Not only are you going to invest into your supplies and equipment, but you're also going to provide jobs. You're also going to provide a product or service that's going to help solve how many problems in your area. Give us some percentages and factors. Let's say 25% of people have this issue in your area or in your zip code, and you're going to be able to help solve their problems in this amount of time, right? So you want to be very detailed, very detailed. That's why you need to have a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 3-minute pitch video. Okay. Especially going for opportunities like the 100K grant that we talked about. Remember the Bronze Valley Accelerator Program? Well, I did win an opportunity for one of my clients, and just the other day I did post it. And that $100,000 grant opportunity, it requires you to have a business plan and a pitch video. So I'm telling you, you don't want to stop in your tracks and have to be able to develop these pieces or these components simply because you weren't properly prepared. Being proactive and being properly prepared shows that you are serious and you are ready to go, like take off on the ground from the ground running. And once you receive the funding that you are looking for, okay? Cool. So I also noticed that in our consultations that I've been having, that you guys are still under the mindset of I need funding, I need funding. But when I ask you probing questions, it's really you actually need to think deeper about what you need the funding for. Earlier this morning, I had two amazing consultations with two beautiful women who have absolutely great ideas, right? I mean, really good ideas. But they say they need funding, which is true, but when I started asking questions to dive deeper into their idea, one is she wants to do affordable housing. Another one, she wants to do mobile hair care services. Mobile hair care services simply because she doesn't want to continue to pay the overhead fees that comes with having a physical brick and mortar. So she actually is in a transition right now. So I asked her a question, what does it look like, as far as in like the fees, what would still be your expenses, monthly expenses or annual expenses that you would have to pay? She said, I thought about it, but I didn't really sit down and think about it and really outline it in detail. I said, okay, we cannot go for funding until we know the exact numbers. What would it look like? What would it take? Because you still would have to pay bills. You still would have to get water from somewhere or pay gas for your generator. So, what is going to be your expected expenses on a monthly basis? For my first consultation, which she did 20 years in the healthcare field as a nurse. And then now she is investing her money into doing fix and flips. But while she's doing her real estate investing, she also wants to provide a affordable housing program. Well, the affordable housing program, I asked her, what else, what in addition to that do you want to offer? Because it sounds to me that you I want to help, offer homes for more Section 8 people who are on Section 8, but you want to get a grant, right? um, we need to figure out how you're going to be community driven, because one of the things she said in our consultations was that she really wants to help the community. Okay, so what does that look like? Helping the community would be giving them healthcare advice, better eating habits, giving them financial advice, how to build your credit, and also giving them like possibly parental advice or mental health care advice, right? So what will come with her program? That is how you truly help the community, right? Especially if you know your community. So we were able to identify three different client types, and she's actually been in situations of all three of the client types we identified. And I asked her to go back to the drawing board and to write down deeply exactly what her affordable housing care program looks like. I talked about this before, but there's no grants out here that they will give you for free that will help you with your real estate development company, aka just to give you money so you can fix and flip, do short-term rentals or long-term rentals. No, they want to give you money that is going to go towards community impact, right? How are you going to help the community? So an affordable housing program is one way that you can help the community for sure, and adding additionals to the program, right? So when I asked her that and we talked about it, she said, "Oh, I didn't think about that." She also, expressed to me that she went for funding once before, but she wasn't able to get funding. I said, "Yeah, that's because we weren't properly prepared. We didn't have a business plan. We didn't have a way to professionally explain how thoroughly exactly how we were going to be impactful towards our community. All you said was, I want this money because I want to be able to help people in my community. But how are you going to do that? You understand? What resources and tools are you going to provide to them, and how are you going to be able to gain those resources and tools by using this money? Understand? So it's a deeper level. You have to think thoroughly and explain thoroughly exactly how you would use this money, and that's why having a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 3-minute pitch video will all help you out. Okay. All right, so grants, you don't have to pay it back, no credit checks, no personal information needed. You also know you can get a grant from your state and local governments, from another company like Apple, Google, and Macy's or Sephora. And also, you know that you can get a grant from a private sector or private investor or another nonprofit, right? You also know that you need to have a business plan, a pitch deck, and a 3-minute pitch video. Cool? Cool. So you know how to be prepared, you know all this stuff. Now, any questions that you might have, you can always put in the chat. The three main websites that I use, and I do have a question. Jason says, where do I apply for one of these? Well, each grant has their own grant application. So I use the main grant search engine that I use is grantwatch.com. Grantwatch.com, you do have to pay for it. It's like $45 a month or $18 a week. Or you can download the app Hello Skip. Hello Skip is free, and it gives you like a whole dashboard full of like 30 grants that you can apply to. So Hello Skip or grantwatch.com, Jason, is where you can find these grants. Those are the grant search engines that I use, and I have been able to be effective. Okay. But Grant Watch is like my favorite one of all time right now. Not even gonna lie. Until I find one that's better than Grant Watch, so far so good. I have no complaints about them. Any grant that you are looking for is going to be on Grant Watch, whether that's for profit, nonprofit, if you're a government, if you're a church, or even if you are opening up your own school. Okay. Cool. So that's where you find these grants. Remember, have a business plan, a pitch deck, a 3-minute pitch video. I can write the business plan for you. I charge $300. That's how much it is. Or you can write your own, right, and be properly prepared for these opportunities. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to show you the grant that I found this morning. I'm going to review it with you. We'll go through, I'll try to see if I can go through the application so you can reassure yourself of exactly what you need to have before you apply to it. And then, yeah, if you have any questions along the way, make sure you're interactive. I love an interactive chat. Okay, so let me show you this. Let me show you this application. 1 second. Okay, first of all, okay, so this is the American Express. Hey, how's it going? Hope all is well. Okay, let me get this straightened up, right? How about that? Okay, there we go. So mainstreet.org, American Express, it's called Backing Small Businesses Grant. That's what it's called. And this is a grant where they are giving out $10,000. And yeah, all right, here we go. Okay, so supporting economic vitality for small business owners. The Backing Small Business Grant Program, supported by American Express, empowers locally significant small businesses to overcome economic hardship, grow, and drive community impact. All right, so this is supported by American Express. This is super cool. All official communication about our grant programs will come from a verified email address ending in at mainstreet.org. Very important for you to know that because you don't want to, you just want to make sure that you're checking out your email for any official verified email address that has at mainstreet.org at the end. Okay, so let's talk about the program. Okay, so backing small business grant program. Hey, Aaliyah. Aaliyah says, I'm a grant writer as well. Also know how to do other funding. I've been wanting to work with a team. Are you hiring? Oh, Aaliyah, no, I'm not hiring. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Um, okay, so the Backing Small Businesses Grant Program, supported by American Express, provides support to locally significant small businesses with community reach. The program is accepting applications for grants of $10,000 to fund projects that promote growth, enhance long term resilience, and increase local impact. Following disaster recovery grants, the Backing Small Business Grant Program will launch a broader round of grants offering 400 additional $10,000 grants to locally significant small businesses to overcome economic hardship, grow, and drive community impact. So, is this anybody in the chat? Are you overcoming economic hardship? Are you trying to grow, and are you driving community impact with your business idea? You can go ahead and comment in the chat. 400 of y'all will be able to get $10,000. That's crazy. So applications are open for the Backing Small Business Grant Program from Wednesday, July 16th, so it just opened last week, until Thursday, July 31st at 11:59 Central Time. So you have by July 31st to apply to this grant. Please note that the project proposals for a $10,000 grant application should be feasible to achieve with only the $10,000 award and completed by the end of the calendar year. Recipients of the $10,000 grant will be required to submit a final grant report using a template provided. So this is very important. What this states is, whatever your project proposal is, it must be only for $10,000. So don't give them a plan for 100K. Make it only for 10,000. So I love that this grant is being very direct and very detailed and informational. It's also telling you that you will be required to submit a final grant report, okay, using a template. So that is going to be that activity log that they're going to ask for. They want to know what you spent the $10,000 on. Okay, so of the 500 recipients selected through our 2025 Backing Small Business Grant Program, including the 100 recipients of the disaster recovery grants, a limited subset of 25 will be awarded $30,000. Are you seeing this? $30,000 enhancement grants to support transformative projects that strengthen their businesses and deepen their impact within their communities. So this is a potential 40K you can get. To be eligible for a $30,000 enhancement grant, a recipient must have received the initial $10,000 grant and successfully completed their projects, and must not only have previously received an enhancement grant from the Backing Small Businesses Grant Program. Enhancement grant recipients will be considered based on the enhancement grant project proposals, which must be submitted through the final grant report from the initial $10,000 grant. So if you have won the $10,000 grant and you have actually submitted your final grant report using the template that they provided, then you are eligible to receive the $30,000 enhancement grant, totaling out to $40,000 that you can potentially get. This is super cool. Shout out to American Express. So it says, what types of businesses are eligible? I know you guys are going to ask that. So let's just get through the eligibility. So the applicant must be the owner of the business. The applicant must be at least 18 years or older. The business must be in a brick and mortar location and operate in an older or historic main street, downtown, or commercial district in the United States. The business must have occupied their current brick and mortar location since January of 2025. Home-based businesses, even those located in historic neighborhoods, are not eligible. Okay, so you can't be a home-based business. Brick and mortar businesses located outside of historic downtowns and commercial corridors, including but not limited to office parks and shopping malls, are also not eligible. So if you have a brick and mortar, so if you're using like, say you have like you rent a suite that's in a downtown area, but it's not like historic neighborhood or something like that, then you're not eligible. How can you reassure yourself that you're in an older or historic main street, downtown, or commercial district in the US? You can simply Google your address. Okay. The business must be an independent business and not part of a franchise or a nonprofit. So you cannot be a franchise or a nonprofit in order to be eligible for this grant. The business must employ 20 or fewer full-time employees. The business must have been in operation on or before January 1st, 2024. So you must have been in operation since January 1st of last year. The business must be a business entity in good standing in the state in which it is formed and the state in which it does business. This is why it's important to have your business foundations already done. You have to already have your business registered as an LLC or INC, and it must be in good standing. The business must have an active business license, okay? If required by state or local government applicants, yeah, so you pretty much need to have that. The business must have not received the backing small business grant. The business must have an active business license if required by state or local government. Business license is different from a business registration. The registration is the LLC, INC, um, or whatever have you, S corp, right? The business license is the actual license that is required by your state and local government, depending on the type of industry. So if you are um, owning your own hair salon, right? You need what's called a cosmetology license. That's your business license. If you are opening up a restaurant, you might need some sort of health department license or registration, right? So you need to have that in good standing. It must be active. For those of you who are coming in, we're going over the $10,000 grant. 400 of you will be able to get this $10,000 grant and potentially get $30,000 extra. And this is sponsored by American Express. So as you're coming in, please make sure you like the live stream so that way the YouTube algorithm can push this good live stream out to more of you. All right, so this is another question I'm pretty sure you have in your head. What do we mean by older or historic Main Street? So it says we're seeking businesses that are in the heart of their communities, whatever size or form that may be. We recognize that all communities are different, and this phrase is intentionally flexible and adaptable to many different contexts. We define this as a co- uh, contagious, I'm sorry, contiguous commercial district, not contagious, sorry, commercial district with businesses and mixed use buildings along a commercial corridor. All right, so if you live in Miami, that would be like, um, what's that one street called? Like Flagler Street. Okay, that would be one. What's another one? Brickell would not be it. If you have an office in Brickell, that's not it. What's another one? I'm trying to think of. Oh, I can't think of it. I can't believe that. I haven't lived home in so long. But you know what I mean. In some communities, this may look like a wall-to-wall retail and commercial accessible to pedestrians via sidewalk or path. In other places, okay, Overtown, that's what I was thinking. If you have a like a business office in like Overtown in Miami, Overtown is like a historic town in Miami. So yeah, this that you can do that. In other places, this may look like a plaza with small businesses around a central parking lot. In small rural communities, there may only be one or two stores on either side of an intersection. Businesses should primarily neighbor other commercial businesses, not residential homes. And community members might visit multiple businesses nearby when running errands, going to appointments, or visiting with family and friends. If you live, let me give you another example. I'm from Florida, so I can only think of like other Florida places. If you live in Tampa, and let's say if your business is located in like, um, what's that place? Like somewhere in Tampa, like Sulphur Springs, Seminole Heights, if it's located in like those areas, then yeah, right. Even maybe you might be able to get away with Brandon, Florida. Yeah. But if it's in Hyde Park, no. If it's in Soho, no. Okay. If it's in downtown Tampa, no. Okay. So that's what that means. It needs to be in an older or historic main street. If it's in Ybor City, Florida, Ybor City in Tampa, yes. Okay. All right. So you guys can read more about it on your own. This is important. Grant recipients will be notified October 2025. All right. So you have by July 31st. You will be notified in October, and the grant reports will be due by January 15th, 2026. Okay. All right. They have an informational webinar. So gives you the program overview, eligibility requirements, eligible grant expenses, review requirements. You can take a look at this video, this webinar, to give you more insight. Let's see what the application looks like. Okay, King says, what I missed. We're going over the $10,000 grant. It's called the Backing Small Business Grant Program that is sponsored by American Express. They're giving out 400 grants of $10,000 each, which is really cool. All right, so they use Submittable. I like Submittable because you get to like kind of follow up. So please read all of it. Okay, use Submittable to accept it. All right, so submit. Let's see what happens. We're going to go through the actual the grant itself. So let me log into Submittable. I've actually used Submittable multiple times, so I actually do like it. See, I already have my name up there. I'm already logged in just by using my Google. Okay, so let's see about the program. All right, so this is the application, how to proceed. You, the applicant, you're the owner of the business. Yes, I am. I'm 18 years older. Yes. Business has been in operation for longer than January 1st of 2024. Your business operates in a brick and mortar location. If you have a brick and mortar location, you would say yes. If you are home based and online only businesses, you are not eligible. Technically, I'm not eligible, but I'm going through this for you guys. Have you been in your current brick and mortar location on or before January 1st? I say yes. Is it located in historic Main Street? Yes. Is your business an independent business and not part of a franchise? Yes. Is your business a for-profit? Yes. Does it employ 20 or fewer full-time employees? Yes. Your business is a business entity in good standing? Yes. That means my LLC is still active. If your business is awarded or selected as a potential recipient for this grant, you may be asked to provide detailed business and financial information. Would you be able to provide these documents? Yes. I will be able to provide my business bank account statements. I'll be able to provide my payroll statements. I'll be able to provide my tax documents, my profit loss statements, my invoices, because I use Stripe, right? So I can give all that information. And just by simply going to Stripe and my Stripe dashboard and downloading it. It says, if your business is awarded this grant, will you be able to complete your project by December 31st, 2025 and submit a final report by January 15th, 2026? Yes. Yes, I would. All right. Have you been a recipient of the business backing small business grant? No. Are you a current recipient of a grant supported by American Express? No. Okay. Next, let's see what else they have. So this was just yes and no. The website is this is the website, mainstreet.org. I'll put it in the chat for y'all. All right, there you go. It's in the chat for you. Okay, so this is it. Keep in mind, Riley. Okay, Riley, I need to know if you can answer these questions. Are you eligible? Are you 18 years or older? I'm pretty sure you are. Is your business a brick and mortar location, and is it operated in a older or historic main street, downtown, or commercial district in the United States? This is important. If it's not, don't apply. Don't even waste your time. Okay. I'm looking and following. Okay, good. Um, does your business, is it independent, right? It cannot be a part of a franchise, and it cannot be a nonprofit. It must be a for-profit business that is not a franchise or a nonprofit. The business must employ 20 or fewer full-time employees. Okay, that includes yourself. The business must have, when it says employ 20 or fewer, that means 20 is the max. The business must have been in operation on or before January 1st, 2024. So, which means you need to had this active business in good standing for at least 1 year. Okay, Riley? I'm looking and following. Okay, good, good, good. So if you answer yes to all of that, then we're actually going through the application together. All right, so it asks for the owner name. All right. Okay, you understand what's going on. Shelby. Okay, the phone number. You need a phone number. Let me put 1487. That's my actual business number. Will the majority owner be the primary point of contact for this project? Yes. I have an LLC. So what's your business? Now we're getting into the business structure. My tech company should be perfect for this. Let me go find it. Keep in mind, you must be a physical brick and mortar, a physical brick and mortar located in a older or historic main street, downtown, or commercial district in the United States. Okay, King? King's like, my tech company will be perfect for this. Let me go find it. You cannot be a home-based business. You cannot be an internet-based business. You need a physical brick and mortar. Is that okay? Don't go wasting your time applying for something that you're not going to get approved for. Cool. When you file your business tax return for 2025, which form did you expect to include related to income? If you have already been operating for 1 year, you should have already done your business taxes by now. So most of you guys have a 1040 Schedule C. Okay. Depending on what you have. If you have a C Corp, it will be Form 1120. S Corp, it will be 1120S. All right. And it gives you more information on what you need there. All right, so your legal name. This one is asking for your SSN. You can give your ITIN, individual tax identification number. This would be on your 1040 Schedule C. Please upload a picture of an up-to-date business license you hold. This is where you will upload the PDF of, oh no, they don't, yeah, a PDF of your, Martha, is she here right now? Okay, please upload a picture of an up-to-date business license you hold. Sorry, this is where you will upload like your LLC. Okay, your LLC, you'll upload the picture here. Does your company have a DBA name different from the legal name provided? No. Okay. Then you're going to put in your business street address, the city, state, and the zip code. Is your business located in the low income census tract? How do you know this? They give you the actual HUDuser.gov, HUDuser.gov. You would click that link and then you will enter in your business address, and then it will let you know if you are located in a low income census tract. Okay, I'll just put yes. With your business website, it doesn't say required. So if you don't have a business website, that's fine. I do, obviously. Now it says, please share any links to social media accounts you use to promote your business: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You will give them the direct links. You will give them, so if it's going to be Facebook, you're going to go to facebook.com/ at whatever your Facebook handle is or Instagram handle. You will copy that entire link and then you will paste it here. Do not give them only the handles. That is not what they're asking for, which means you are not following directions on this application, which means your application is denied. Because if you can't follow simple like application questions and directions, you know what I mean? Please share any links. The links, the links, the link. Okay, cool. Divine in nature. Riley says, I don't qualify, but I do love this info. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going through the application so you guys can know like what this application is asking for. I mean, it is a $10,000 grant from American Express. So this makes sense because American Express is a creditor. You know what I mean? So of course they're going to ask for business tax documents and stuff like that. It makes sense. Okay. And so Divine in Nature says, just join. Is this the one that for profit only? This is only for profit. This is not a nonprofit grant, and you must have a physical brick and mortar. When did you formally start your business? You'll put that in here. And then this is another question. This is why you should have a business plan. It says, tell us a little bit about yourself. What made you want to be a small business owner? How did you get started? How have your personal experiences, identity, and community informed how you developed your business? This is a really good question. What made you want to be a small business owner? How did you get started? Have how have your personal experiences, your identity, and community informed how you've developed your business? How has that influenced you? This is a really good question. This is more personal. Next question. Have you faced any challenges or hardships in building your business? That could be financial, social, natural disaster, or extreme weather event. Have you faced challenges or hardships in building your business? What does that look like? Please describe. Your limit is 250 words. Okay. Tell us about your business today, including what products and services you offer and which communities you serve. Please include details, but it's important to read these small highlighted places. Please include details about your business model, who your primary customers are, and how you market and sell to them, online versus foot traffic. Very important. They want to know, how are you making money today? How are you creating awareness about your service and product? This is lit. I love these. I like these questions. I really do. Please upload 5 to 7 photos or a short video for which you own and can license the relevant copyrights to, showing us your business. Here comes that 3-minute pitch video. See what I mean? You need a business plan to answer all these questions. You need your 3-minute pitch video to upload. You need to have your business registration and your LLC already ready. Y'all want these grants and money before you even get your foundations together. That is going backwards. These questions are literally questions that they're asking to see if you are a serious business owner. Have you faced any challenges or hardships building? Tell us a little bit about yourself. What made you want to be a business owner? This is really good. This is making you think. Which of the following describes your business offerings? All right, so just tell them what you do. All right, so you choose which business industry you're into. And then what are your net sales in 2024? How many full-time employees do you currently have? How many part-time employees do you have? Describe your business, the role your business plays in your community. Oh, this is good. Describe the role your business plays in your community. What makes your business significant to the community? Oh, that's so good. A small business with local significance is involved in and critically to the and critical, sorry, is involved in and critical to the surrounding community. These businesses are often longstanding or legacy businesses that provide continuity, and a sense of identity to a neighborhood. Businesses with local significance have also been intentional about developing a business model that supports their communities or addresses a acute community need. For example, a business that regularly hosts free concerts offering local artists, or a shop that provides um, featuring local artists, or a shop that provides goods or services that uniquely serve a customer base in the community. I had one client that she lives in Alabama, and she has like a Alabama historical gift shop, and she's definitely community driven. This is perfect for her. She has a physical brick and mortar that's in a historical, it's in like an older town, right, in Alabama. I think she's in Montgomery. So she's able to sell these historical pieces about like what happened, as far as in like the civil rights movement, things like that. And she's also using a piece of the proceeds to donate to charities in the neighborhood, right? Because it's a small community. So every year they do like a back to school bash for all the kids in the area, and they only have a few schools, right? So what she does is she donates some of her money, and she also is able to have like her logo and all of those things at those places, right, where they're hosting the back to school drive. So she would be perfect for this. I wonder where she is. Okay. Is there anything else you would like our reviewers to know about your business? This includes links to your customer reviews. That would be good. Or clippings from local press and media about your business. That would be really good. Okay, I will put that here. If you have like a customer review link, um, yeah, I will put that there for sure. Let me see. Grant proposal and financial information. So this is another part. How do you plan to use the award if selected? How would the award help your business if you are selected? Explain how grant funds will help your business remain valuable, recover from recent economic hardships, and or natural disasters, extreme weather events, or anything like that. Please provide a simple budget that outlines how you would spend the $10,000 award. This is why a business plan and a pitch deck will help you out, friend, because you'll be able to give them the full phases of how you're going to use it, okay? Please select the category that best describes how you would use the grant funding. So it could be accessibility upgrades, community events, marketing, operational strategies, sustainability, technology upgrades, utility expenses, physical improvements. You may also upload any additional documents you feel might further support your application. Have you ever received a previous grant from the program? Most likely not. And yeah, this is additional information. Does your business accept American Express? Yes or no? Is it connected with, is your business connected with your local Main Street organization? Yes or no? Um, did anyone at any owner, not an owner or primary contact listed above, but help you with this application? Yes or no? Did you hear about, how did you hear about it? So you can put YouTube, you would click that here, and then you would confirm and agree to the terms and conditions. From time to time, they would like to reach out to you for future surveys, focus groups, or interviews. You can say yes or no to that. They want to send you emails. You definitely want to say yes so you can get that email response, and then you would submit the application. That is it. That's all you need. Okay. So that's the full application. We just went through the entire thing. If you qualify as being one of the 400 that can potentially get the $10,000 grant, possibly receiving an extra 30K, this would be really cool. Go for it. You can visit mainstreet.org. I did put the link in the chat for you, so you'll be able to access it. Okay. So, any questions about this grant? I just found this grant this morning, and I was like, this is super, super cool. I think that it was a great grant. And then we have the Honeycomb Credit I Fund Women grant. This is the micro grant that I talked about. This is $2,500. This is a Hot Streak Small Business Grant. So it's to help you, kickstart everything with your business. It says whether you've just celebrated a big win or you're riding the high of recent growth, this grant is your chance to capitalize on that success and keep the energy going. Perfect for entrepreneurs looking to launch a new product, enhance marketing efforts, or invest in operations. The Hot Streak Grant from Honeycomb Credit offers timely support to propel your business even further. The applications will be accepted from July 15th all the way up until July 31st. So let's go ahead and see what this application looks like. This is a $2,500 grant. So let's see what they're requiring. So first, last name, email address, business address, right? So city, state, zip code, country, phone number. Are you a parent? Yes or no? Okay, I'm not a parent yet, but there you go. Are you a student? What's your age range? Okay. When it comes to gender, how do you identify? And what is your race? Okay. And then you would save and continue. Go to the next page. Let's see if it'll let me skip to the next. Save and continue. Let's see if we can go to the next page. Okay, no. So let's fill it out together. Okay. All right, so Miami, uh, Miami, Florida. All right, 33130. And the country is United States. Phone number 855-731-1487. Okay, blah 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 blah. Save and continue. Let's go to the next. We're going through this $2,500 one. All right, so Superior. The business name, Business Development Solutions. Let's see. What stage is your business in? Is it the idea stage, right? Proof of concept, beta testing, pre-revenue, product in market and generated revenue. I exited, so you sold your company. That's really good. So where I am is I'm generating revenue. Product is in market, right? I'm not pre-revenue, proof of concept. I'm like past that. Okay. Does your business have a website? Yes, it does. All right. So I can just simply superchargemybusiness.com. Grab that really quick. If you haven't been, this is my website. It also has testimonials and all that good stuff all here somewhere in there. So you'll be able to view that. All right. When did you start your business? Oh man, I started, June. So a while ago. My official LLC I got was in 2018, I believe. How would you describe your business? Um, oh, small business. How is your business registered? It's an LLC. What is your primary business model? Both. Well, really, I'm B2B. There you go. How do you sell your products or services online? What primary business or sector are you into? So usually it would be like business services for me, but you guys can select your own. Um, and what industries do you specialize in? So let's see here. Consulting. That's what I do. Um, how many full-time employees do you have? I have three. How many part-time employees? One. What is your business status as of right now? Growing rapidly. Yep, I would say. Or holding steady, whichever one. So you can answer that question for yourself. If you're just getting started, then you will click on just getting started. Okay. What are the top business challenges you're facing? I need to build up my personal, professional, and social network. That's good. Launching my business or product. I don't have a coach or mentor to help me. Launching, improving my website, finding new customers, promoting my business. Um, I need engaging multimedia, managing my business, standing out from my competitors, securing outside funding. Okay, so that can be whichever one you choose. Let's see. Save and continue. Hello, I want to grant to start small business from Tanzania. Awesome. Okay. And you can see that there's different steps to this. So this is funding details, marketing, and then acknowledgments, and then you would submit. So there's like one, two, three, four, like a 5-part to this. So in addition to grants, iPhone Women Honeycomb also offers investment and reward crowdfunding. Are you currently looking for $25,000 or more in funding to help grow your business? Most of you are like, yes. What would you do with the 25K? Explain that. What currency does your business primarily use? US dollar. How much funding are you looking for? You can put in however much you're looking for. When do you need the capital? You can put now, like July 2025. What are you going to use the capital for? Explain that. Um, this is why you need to have a business plan. Okay, there you go. Has anyone ever asked you to invest in your business? Actually, for me, yeah, but for you guys, probably not yet. Do you have a business plan or financial projections? You should have one, so yes. How much revenue do you generate per year? You put that information in there. Do you know your credit score? Yes. Do you have a bookkeeper or an accountant? If you use QuickBooks, then yes. Yep. Look, do you use an accounting online solution like QuickBooks? Yes. Which online accounting solution do you use? I use QuickBooks. Have you updated your books in the last 90 days? Yes, as you should have, because the last 90 days was literally the last quarter. Have you raised outside capital for your business? Most of you would say no. What type of funding did you get? I want a cash grant, whatever funding you did get. If you didn't, you will click I have not raised any money for my business yet. Okay. Have you ever applied for a bank or online loan? A lot of you, yes. If not, you put no. Have you ever crowdfunded before? No. Okay. Have you ever heard of crowdfunding? You just put yes or no. Okay. You can be honest. Have you ever contributed to a crowdfunding campaign? No. On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being terrified, 5 being excited. How do you feel about crowdfunding? You can put that in there. Let's say 5. How much capital have you raised in total? You can put 0 if you haven't. Okay. It's not going to let me go to the next page, but it's going to ask you about. Let me see. I'm just going to put NA so we could just get through, so I can show you what the next one looks like. Let's see, June 2025. All right. Um, how many Instagram followers do you have? All right. I think I have 14,000, 14K. You can put in your Instagram URL. How many Facebook followers do you have? Put all of that. This is all marketing. YouTube subscribers do you have? 56,000. So we're getting up there. YouTube channel, TikTok followers, and upload your video. So grant sponsors prefer applications with a video of you talking about your business. Do you see that? Is that not the 3-minute pitch video we talked about? Exactly. While it's optional, it's highly recommended. Don't overthink it. Use a video you already have or turn your smartphone in and record something quickly. YouTube, Vimeo, or Instagram links are preferred. Go ahead. Like you need to do it. And then you need a headshot photo. Okay. You can upload your headshot photo. All right. This is just for the 24,000. I mean, sorry, 2,500. Sorry, $2,500 grant. The last part is acknowledgement. So it's pretty much acknowledging that you are going to agree to the terms and conditions. You will check yes, and then you will submit the application. Okay. So that's how that goes. Okay. So welcome back, you guys. We went over some good stuff. All right. Any questions about the grants that we went over? We went over a $10,000 grant that's literally like super awesome. 400 of you guys get a chance at potentially winning. And then we just went over this $2,500 grant by Honeycomb Credit and iPhone Women. There's literally 5 key points to this. And yeah, we just went over the entire application. So if you are eligible for both of them, go for them. Majority of the questions that you see on both of these grant applications is what these grant applications are asking for. So if you feel like this is too much for me, then you're not probably ready for this. Probably not ready for this type of funding. I totally get it. Um, but yeah, they're going to ask these questions because it's debt-free money, and they want to make sure that they're giving the money out to a entrepreneur who is very responsible and resourceful, and who's going to be impactful with it. Okay, not somebody who just wants to simply use the money to pay their bills. That's how it works. All right. So I want to know, do you guys have any like questions before I let you go? We've been on here for almost like an hour. So I want to make sure I reassure you on a few things. So let me know in the chat, what questions do you have? I'm so happy that you guys like joined me on this live stream. Per usual, you guys are always like super awesome in joining me. Today I just wanted to go over like a new grant that we can all learn about and apply to. And also wanted to reassure you on a grant that I already went over once before, which was the one we just went over. And then reassure you on how to go for them. All right. So let me know. Any last minute questions? Which one can a nonprofit apply for? So I didn't go over now. I usually don't go over nonprofit grants. Divine in Nature LLC. I'm pretty sure you know this because you have joined me on my live streams a lot. Majority of the grants that I go over is for startups and small business owners, but you can visit grantwatch.com and find grants for nonprofits and go for it. And by you being a nonprofit, you definitely want to have a grant proposal ready to go, or a letter of intention. So that way you can already be properly prepared for nonprofit grants. Okay. So yeah, I don't usually go over because I'm a small business development coach. I'm a small business development coach, so I am for profit businesses. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. It's for a friend. Awesome. Let your friend know that I usually help like startups and small business owners. I do write grants for LLCs. Not LLCs, but nonprofits. But you must have like all of your ducks in a row. So I usually like for you guys to book a $50 consultation with me so I can understand what your nonprofit mission is. And then we can discuss the steps that you need to take on how to go for grants because there's tons of grants for nonprofits. Absolutely. But you need to have like your letter of intent and your grant proposal ready to go. So yeah. All right. What other question do we have? BA says, hi, would you be willing to share the link for the Honeycomb Celebration Grant in the chat? Yep, I'll go ahead and put it here in the chat for you. Okay, so let me just go to the actual, you have to log in too. So yeah, let me put the link in here for you. Grants. It looks iPhone really. Oh, they got a universal one too. So for my friend who says I'm looking to start a small business in Tanzania, they have a universal grant too. That universal grant, it's called Our Universal Funding and Grant Application Database. Sorry, iPhone Women Universal Funding and Grant Application. So you can go there. I'm just going to put the direct link, and it has a list of all of the grants that is sponsored by iFund Women and Honeycomb Credit. They have a $25,000 grant, cosmetic grant. They have the $2,500 grant that I just went over. They have the Spark grant, and the Spark grant is the $5,000 grant that we went over at one point in time too. So yeah, I'm just going to put the entire link to all of their grants here in the chat so you guys can have access to it. All right, there you go. It's in the chat for you. Any other questions? Any other last questions and remarks? I really do appreciate you guys joining me on the live stream. I really do love that you guys are looking for this type of information. I want you to be comfortable enough to be vulnerable enough to say, hey, I don't know what I'm doing with my startup. I believe I need funding, but I would also like to start generating revenue today. What does that look like? So that's why I offer my $50 45-minute consultations. The link is in the description, so you can always book one. Super worth it. Um, and also, I help you prepare for these types of funding opportunities like grants and loans and things like that because a lot of you all have been going for funding or you haven't even tried going for it, but you simply haven't tried going for it because you're not confident in winning or you're not confident in the steps that you're taking. So booking the consultation will reactivate that confidence and it will push you and motivate you to actually go for this type of funding. Or you can hire myself to write the business plan for you and also to write the grants for you. Okay. So you do have that option. So any last minute questions or remarks before we get out of here? I'm hoping that I answered all of your questions. Any of your concerns, please drop them in the chat. I want to make sure that you clearly understand what grants are and how to move forward in them. Like, please drop it in the chat. Okay. Don't be scared. Okay, so if there is no questions, I'm going to let you all go for the day. I really do appreciate you joining me. And I'll see you tomorrow, same time tomorrow, friend, 10 a.m. Eastern time. I think you guys are on daylight savings time. So 10 a.m. Eastern time, in whatever time zone you're in, but it will be same time tomorrow. And tomorrow we can, jump more into finding grants, right? It's Friday. So we want to take it easy. Okay. I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your day and make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Okay. Thanks for joining me. Bye bye for now.